Can you hear me? Bear with me a moment. This is my first time doing commentary. Working my way through the technical details. So it looks like we've got another runner started. Bizin, don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is making his way through the station that is going to soon be blowing up.
Спасибо. Но уже начало хорошее, не
Meanwhile,
стало
Zero has
сейф-файла начал.
already made his way almost to bomb Terizo, who some people like to call Bob. Hi there, Bob. Are there any guesses as to what the escape time will be for Bizin, his way out of the exploding station? Bison. Chat is correcting me. Thank you, Kev. Bison, like the animal. I am a meat eater, so I do enjoy bison. Not everyone does, and I respect that. Or bison from Street Fighter. That's a good point too. M Bison in that case. Zero made his way safely through Alcatraz. It's not an easy trick. Even if you've been doing it for a while, it's easy to forget the timing on that. Vibrant Colors is about to make her escape through the exploding station, as Ridley makes his escape. We will see later in the run. That's the 58 room, that very first room. Some people call it the 58 room because that's when you see the 58 on your screen. You can learn the names of all of these rooms if you go to the wiki for speedrunning the Super Metroid game. Each room has a different name, and there's a story behind all of the names. I don't know all of the stories, but some of them are pretty funny and some of them are pretty bland, and some of them make no sense at all. In fact, most of them make no sense at all. Red Tower, I have no idea why they call it Red Tower, for example. It's not like it's red or anything. Fat Scott 25 is about to make an escape from the exploding station. Self-destruct sequence is activated. Zero's grabbing the missiles and the reserve tank from Green Brinstar. That's something we don't normally see in a typical run of any percent or GT Classic or most of the other categories. 100% is one of the categories where you do want to grab it because you have to grab 100% of the items. Looks like Kev Nastic has started. He's about to make his way through the exploding station as well, as soon as this Ridley fight is over, and it's over pretty quickly because we just give up. Zero is about to pick up the charge beam in a moment. It's one of the more important beams to get. Amplifies the effects of any of the other beams by a factor of 3, approximately. We have a reminder in chat to follow all of the runners. Zero, Bison, System of Vibrant Colors, Fat Scott 25, and Cavnastics. So all of them stream Super Metroid and sometimes other games. Vibrant Colors is making her way up the climb, and it's about to finish the climb. Meanwhile, Bison is grabbing that Terminator energy tank. First energy tank that we pick up in almost any run. It's the first tank that new runners will ever pick up. It's the first time you get to see an energy tank and learn what that does. And you learn what it does when you fight these green pirates here. Fat Scott 25 is trying to get through the pit room on the way back through the pit room. And doing the climb as well now. That climb is one of the more difficult parts of the game when you first run it and have never played before. It gives you an introduction to the platforming aspect of the game and the falling aspect of the game. But then you learn it's not like Mario where you fall and you die and you have to start over. You just have to climb back up again. It makes this game a lot more accessible to newcomers because you can just keep trying over and over. We're about to see our first boss fight. Zero is charging up the charge beam we saw earlier and is going to attempt what is called the Kraid Quick Kill, also known as the KQK. Let's see if he can pull it off. Oh, it looks like we've got to stand up. It's one of the first tricks that a new speedrunner will run after the mock ball. And Zero is picking up the Varia or Varia suit, depending on how you like to pronounce it, which will provide some protection both from enemies and from the heat in Norfair, and especially from Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam. Avnastics is saying hello to Bob. Meanwhile, Vibrant Colors is picking up that green Brinstar reserve tank. Some people call it a Kappa tank. I'd like to know the story behind that one day. To me, Kappa is a Greek letter, but this game is from Japan, not Greece. Fat Scott 25 is doing that mock ball, that ever important mock ball. It's probably the single most important trick for a Metroid speed runner to learn. It allows you to get access to those early super missiles, 5 super missiles, which saves you a spore spawn fight. Poor spore spawn. Very few categories do you actually get to say hello to spore spawn. He or she, I don't know which, just gets left up there in the top of Green Brennstar. Nobody ever says hello. Kevnasik's making his way through the mushrooms on his way down to Green Brennstar to do the mock ball as well. Zero about to pick up the high jump boots, which will, surprise, surprise, allow him to jump higher. I know the all bosses category and the Spore Spawn RTA both involve a fight with Spore Spawn, and I believe the total completion category as well. Probably some others that involve a Spore Spawn fight. Map completion probably does as well. That's a good point. Tickle the Fish would be an interesting category for a Staggered Mayhem showcase. That's a tricky category to do quickly. It's not that difficult in general, but to do it quickly requires a lot of tricks. Bison about to meet Kraid. We'll see if Bison gets the quick kill. And that looks good. It was an excellent quick kill. There are a few different ways to perform that quick kill. Some people do it with charge shots, some people do it with 2 missiles. Some people do it with just a single shot of the pea shooter and 4 supers. Depends on your style. And oftentimes it also depends on what category you're running. Zero is in the bat room. That's a tricky room to get through. And first time you're playing, you might even not even know that that's up there, and you are awarded your sleuthing skills with the speed booster, which it turns out is very helpful for escaping from this rising, I can't remember if that's acid or lava. Either way, it hurts. Kevnastic going for the damage boost off of that flying creature and not quite getting it. You don't lose any time for trying. It's something you should almost go for every single time, even if you're not good at it, because sometimes you'll get it. And Kevnastic, I think, is usually pretty good at it. Got our third Kraid appearance. You'll notice Fat Scott 25 has gone up to get power bombs, whereas the first 3 runners do not have power bombs yet. The reason for doing that is to be able to grab, you'll see in a moment, the missiles in the Kraid area that you can't grab unless you have power bombs. The other runners will have to come back for that missile pack. missed whether Vibrant Colors managed to get the KQK. Imagine she did, since that's a pretty quick exit. Kevnasic's coming in for the 4th trade fight, and Fat Scott 25 right behind. Sub-Zero is headed down to Crocomire. So get your Croc emotes ready. Meanwhile, Vibrant Colors coming down through what is called Business Center to head to the high jump boots room. Kevnasix has a stand-up going to the prom. There are 2 spring balls in this game. Prom is a spring ball, and there is another spring ball, which we will see later on. Zero is fighting Croc with the Charge Wave Spazer combination, which makes this fight fairly easy. It's a lot easier than trying to do it with just missiles. Though not quite as easy as if some of the runners might come back once they have plasma. And then it's just a couple of shots. Fat Scott 25 is also going to the spring ball, the prom, with Kraid, and they're dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing, and he's almost got it. Kraid is almost down, and we're going to say good night to Kraid. Vibrant Colors choosing to defeat those flying enemies with the pseudo screw. Charge up your charge beam and then perform a spin jump, and it is almost like performing a screw attack. It does a lot of damage to most enemies. A lot of buttons to have to push though at the same time, which is I think why we don't see it all the time. Zero grabbing those Croc PBs and going for the little short moonfall here. And then we're going to see this jump across to go get the... Oh, going up for the missiles first and bonking. Very, very close. Kevnastic's grabbing the high jump boots. Fat Scott 25 going for that jump all the way across through that blue area outside of Kraid's lair, and having to do the wall jump to get back up. And now coming down into Business Center to get the high jump boots. Vibrant Colors leaving the room where she picked up the speed booster. That speed booster is very important when you're speed running, since it gives you extra speed. Also will let you do a spark like we saw Zero just do. And as long as you've got the high jump boots, it makes the game a whole lot easier. Since this is 100% and not one of the other categories or a randomizer, all the runners will have high jump boots by the time they pick up the speed booster. Vibrant Colors now picking up the wave beam. If anyone has wave beam emotes. Oh, we do see a wave. I see somebody waving in an earlier message, but that was somebody waving with a screwdriver. That's pretty good. Or not a screwdriver, excuse me, a wrench. I like to wrench on cars, so you often see me waving with a wrench. Bison completing the croc fight, and there go the bones of croc, which have all the skin is burned off in the acid. Sad way to go. This was randomized. This is a randomized seed, and it's one of the most unlikely randomized seeds where all of the locations are in fact vanilla. I'll leave it to chat to figure out what the probability of producing such a seed is. I also had the randomized starting location, and it picked Sari Station as the randomized starting location. Gymnastics going to pick up that wave beam as well. That's got 25, picks up the speed booster. Bison going in to grab grappling beam. Some people call it the farming beam. And I like tractors, and I like Star Trek, so I like to call it the tractor beam. Vibrant Colors finishing up the croc fight and going to pick up that croc E-tank. Zero just picked up that extra missile pack that I mentioned earlier that he couldn't pick up earlier because it didn't have power bombs. That's a good point. Some people do call it grappling, some people call it grappling, some people call it morph, and some people call it morphing ball. And some people who read the original NES Metroid instruction manual call it the, forgive if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, Maru Marie. Bison completing the sinusoidal room, sine wave room, cosine wave room. I can't remember which wave it is. It is some sort of sinusoidal wave, named for the shape of the room. Zero going back up Red Tower, defeating these enemies with a quick power bomb that makes it a lot easier than having to wall jump and time all of those jumps. Some categories will have you pick up Ice Beam before this, or some people just like to pick up Ice Beam ahead of time anyway, and that makes it easy as well. And we will see some runners as well do a hero shot to get through there. But if you already have the power bombs, it's pretty easy to just lay the power bomb and go. That's got 25. Almost done with the croc fight. Kevnasic's completing the croc fight. We're seeing the bones of croc there, I've seen earlier. It's got 25 MIGs. Quick work of croc picking up that energy tank. Vibrant Colors coming in through the sinusoidal room and going for, not yet going for the deboost off the spikes and getting it. That's got 25. Going for, no, not going for a spike suit. Almost looked like it. Zero picking up the beta PB, what are normally the beta PBs, though I believe this, since picked up the croc PBs, makes it the alpha beta gamma in this case. Vibrant Colors farming a little bit before she comes up to exit Croc's area. Kevnastic's jumping across to get the grapple, the tractor beam. Vibrant Colors making excellent use of the tractor beam, pulling herself up to the ceiling and swinging. Zero sparking across, just grabbing that missile and going for a second spark across the ocean. While Bison gets the D-boost off of those yellow creatures. I can sometimes remember the names of these creatures and sometimes just tell you what color they are. That's got 25, about to pick up the tractor beam. Kevnastic's doing some farming before leaving Croc's area. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on your ammo. That's one of the mistakes that a lot of new speedrunners make, such as myself. I've had a lot of runs in just because I didn't keep an eye on my ammo. So it's whenever you have an opportunity to farm enemies like that, there are 5 enemies coming up right at the same time, one shot. Really, really good farming spot. That's got 25, getting the D-boost through the sinusoidal room. We have Nastics using the tractor beam to exit the what we call the Croc exit sometimes. I forget what the name of that room is. And then coming up through Business Center to Red Tower again. Zero with the first Phantoon fight. Croc Escape. It might be called Croc Escape. That's a good. I think that sounds right. So Zero's using missiles only on this fight, as opposed to using a combination of missiles and charge beam. Some people, when they're first running, will go for 2 shots, pause, 2 shots, and then Phantoon disappears off screen, and then you do the charge beam, and that makes it an easy fight, but it's a slightly slower fight. And if you can do it with just missiles, it's going to be faster usually. Might have 2 Phantoons on screen at once, but let's see. We have one disappearing and one about to come on screen. It's going to be really, really close. Not quite. Just seconds away from the second Phantoon appearing on the screen at the same time. You see those blue flames circling prior to the appearance of Phantoon. Zero laying a power bomb to escape up and pick up the right side super missiles. I can never remember whether it's faster to pick up left side first or right side first. Certainly saves on ammunition to pick up the right side first if you're already laying a power bomb. Fat Scott 25 making his way up Red Tower and falling into the Vile Plume in Hellway and going for that damage boost, but deciding not to in the end. Remember, Fat Scott 25 already picked up those alpha power bombs, is now going to pick up the beta power bombs. We have Nastics about to go across the moat. And looks like going for a CWJ. And decides to use grapple instead. Vibrant Colors about to have the third Fantoon fight. These bosses are getting closer and closer together. Eventually we will see two bosses on screen at the same time. Will that be two Fantoons on screen at the same time? Will that be two Dragons on screen at the same time? Will that be two Ridleys on screen at the same time? Or perhaps two Golden Chorizos? The goal, of course, behind Staggered Mayhem Showcase is to have 5 Mother Brains on screen at the same time when you have 5 runners. Scott 25 sparking across the ocean. And Gymnastics coming in for the Fantoon fight. So we will have... Oh no, I did not see what happened. There, looks like Bison had some trouble in the Spiky Room of Spikes, which today is the Spiky Room of Death. "35 minutes into the race, we might see him restart. We'll see. I always like to see runners keep trying. I have young kids who like the Doodle Bops, and they like the Keep Trying song. Gymnastics in vibrant colors making quick use of Fantoon, and we have 2 flashing red Fantoons exploding at the same time as Fat Scott 25 has Fantoon fading in as that green color. Bison has forfeited from the race. Well done, Bison, to have made it that far. That's a rough place to have to call it quits. But you have all of our respect for making it as far as you did. We have Gymnastics going for those right side supers, while Zero is exiting the attic. The wreck ship has a basement where you find Fantoon, and it has an attic where you find nothing but a missile pack and a lot of falling sparks. Zero sparking up to grab those sky missiles and then coming down to grab, I don't know, remember what these missiles are called? Sort of a prequel to the maze prior to Forgotten Highway. We learn that about the bomb jumps there and how valuable it is to be able to bomb jump. If you make the wrong way through there, you have to go back up and go through the attic again to get gravity. If you're playing the game for the first time, you might think, oh, this is cool, and then fall there, and then realize you can't make any progress until you go back up. These runners have played this game many, many times and are well practiced, so none of them will be making that mistake today. Zero trying to lay the power bomb early to break some of those crumble blocks at the bottom before getting carried down through the floor by the bowling. Is this a Chozo or a Chorizo? I can never remember the difference. Nice damage boost off of the sparks there by Gymnastics. Vibrant Colors having a little bit of trouble exiting the wreck ship E-tank room. Fat Scott 25 making his way through the Spiky Room of Spikes and doing an excellent job. For the most part, getting one hit right there at the end. While Vibrant Colors makes her way back through the Spiky Room of Spikes, but with a full E-tank from that full set of E-tanks from that refill earlier, and there's plenty of energy for that damage boost. That's got 25 making good use of that grapple beam. Gymnastics dodging the falling electricity. I'm really glad that I don't live in a house with an attic that has electricity falling from the roof like that. That would be a very scary place to live. Gymnastics trying to get past these work robots with a little clip, but deciding to just do missiles instead. It's not that much slower to push the work robots back, but it's a little bit faster if you can just clip through them. Neither chorizos nor chozos like chorizos. I feel like there's a punchline there. But I can't guess what the punchline is. I would imagine that bomb chorizo is spicy. Golden chorizo must be pretty hot as well. Down there in Norfair. Vibrant Colors picking up the Sky Missiles at the same time as Kevnastics is picking up the Sky Missiles. We almost have perfect sync there. Zero saving at the ship before going to pick up the Criteria power bombs and then to Gauntlet. And to fight these green dragons first. Those green dragons show up in the first game, but they're purple. This is the first time we see them outside of Norfair. Vibrant Colors and Kevnastics both morphing and getting grabbed by the bowling trees at roughly the same time, getting carried down to pick up their gravity suits. Although I think it's more of a viscosity suit, or an anti-viscosity suit, as it allows you to travel more quickly through the viscous liquid we call water. Runners in this game are often on a roll, usually with the Morph Ball. Gymnastics and Vibrant Colors about to go pick up the wrecked ship reserve tank. There's one reserve tank in each of the 4 major boss areas, if we consider Brinstar to be Kraid's boss areas. We've got one in Brinstar, one in Norfair, one in Wrecked Ship, and one in Norfair. We will be picking all of those up today. Zero carefully manipulating his way through these crumble blocks. If you fall through those crumble blocks early, it's a trip all the way back through Gauntlet again. And Fat Scott 25 right on the heels of Vibrant Colors and Kevnastics grabbing that reserve tank. That's got 25 picking up his viscosity suit. And out of all 4 remaining players with their purple suits. I really do like the color of this suit. The original Varia suit was a special color, and then you pick up the Varia suit in Super Metroid, and they just make your regular power suit a little darker. So you know there's something special, something extra special that you're still going to get when the suit you longed for and you get so early in the game is just the regular color. And there it is, the special suit, the gravity suit. That's got 25 sparking up to go get those criteria power bombs, while Vibrant Colors attempts to spark across to go get into Gauntlet, but doesn't have enough energy remaining to make it all the way. I did not see whether there was a save at the ship or not, so I'm hoping that this low energy situation is going to work out very well, and I'm very, very nervous here, and I'm on the edge of my seat. How many other people are on the edges of your seats? I'm told in chat Vibrant did not save, but is picking up the energy tank and has made it safely, and we have a full energy refill, and she is, as they say in baseball, safe. Zero exiting the green Brinstar area for the that's the last we'll see of that part of Green Brinstar for this game for Zero. And then going to go pick up the, I don't know what the names of these missiles are here, in Big Pink. Right after them, the Mission Impossible missiles. We'll see if we can pull off the Mission Impossible. It looks like that crumble block has reappeared before he can jump back up. Be very, very fast to get to pull off the impossible mission. And then you have to run away from the self-destructing message. That's got 25 coming back down to say hello to these little critters at the same time as Vibrant Colors and Gymnastics as well. And first you meet these critters here that are vampiric. They suck your energy. One little missile will defeat them, and then you get to say hello to these cute little critters we call the Edecoons, who teach you how to wall jump. And then we say goodbye to them until the end of the game. Zero trying to get that wave get open and then morphing so that he doesn't fall all the way back down. So you can make it through the gate as it is opening. Pat's got 25, making quick work of those critters, and then having one nice deboost at the end. And a very quick series of wall jumps to go get the power bomb pack. Vibrant Colors remembering to jump at the right time to not have to go say hello to the Decora. The ostriches that teach you how to shine spark if you haven't figured that out yet before you reach that point in the game. Show of hands, the first time you played this game, how many of you fell into the Decora pit? I say that as Fat Scott 25 is falling down the Decora pit. Let's see if he's he's going to say hello. He does. We don't quite get to see them. Running back up. So that tells me that it was not intentional. I thought it might have been intentional. Gymnastics leaving that area where you grab the Spore Spawn supers. Little trick that speedrunners use to grab those missiles without having to fight Spore Spawn saves quite a bit of time. Vibrant Colors leaving Waterway, and then coming back up here and choosing to bomb those blocks rather than going for the clip. Yes, it is possible to soft lock in that pit. There was a item randomizer league race a few years ago. I won't say the names of the runners involved since I have a high amount of respect for those runners, and it was very sad to see a fall into that pit with no E-tanks. Zero trying to get that spark up to get those Main Street missiles without falling all the way to the ground, but ends up falling all the way to the ground where there's a little plant down there which you can use as a cue to know exactly where to spark up. And then going to go visit Mama Turtle, one of the few mothers in this game. One of the mothers being Mother Brain, who we don't know who her children are, or why she's called Mother Brain, but she doesn't seem very motherly to me the way she treats the baby Metroid. Mama Turtle takes very good care of her baby turtles and will defend those turtles. And she's a very formidable opponent, being completely invincible. So you don't want to mess with Mama Turtle. The other character in the game, who some people believe is a mother, is Dragon. There's some disagreement as to whether Dragon is male or female. But we do see what appears to be Dragon's children, possibly, in the beginning and ending sequences for that fight. There may be some other characters in this game who are parents. Those are the ones that come to my mind. They're the most apparent parents. Zero using the spark to get up there through Mount Everest. Vibrant Colors breaks the glass, and Gymnastics also breaks the glass to make their ways into Main Street. Vibrant Colors getting that shine spark without falling all the way to the ground saves just a fraction of a second, I believe. And Fat Scott 25 going for the deboost off of the falling bats, but not quite getting it. Being very careful not to get grabbed by the yapping maws. Gymnastics going down to visit Mama Turtle, while Vibrant Colors has gone up to pick up the crab supers. Did Vibrant Colors go to visit Mama Turtle and I missed it? Or has gone to pick up the crab supers earlier? Okay. Zero making his way through one of these crab rooms. There's crab shaft and crab something else, and I get them confused, into the room we call aqueduct. I don't know why it's called aqueduct. And sparking up to pick up this missile pack, almost missing it. You want to jump over those missiles a lot of times in some randomizer categories, and Zero does occasionally run randomizer, so that might have been some muscle memory. Fat Scott 25 and Vibrant Colors almost perfectly in sync as they pick up that Mama Turtle E-Tank. Gymnastics picking the Crab Supers, so we should see some reconvergence in a moment as Vibrant Colors and Fat Scott 25 come up to try and meet Cavnastics again. Vibrant Colors making that quick spark through Everest and then jumping up to this yellow part of Meridia, which is sometimes called the beach and sometimes called the pseudo plasma spark room, because it sort of looks like the plasma spark room, but it's not. It's fool's gold or pyrite. Gymnastics picking up both of the items at the watering hole. Vibrant Colors picking up both of the items at the watering hole. Fat Scott 25 right behind, trying to fight off of these annoying creatures that look like the flying things out of the Zelda game in Ganon's dungeon that fly around. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, in fact, genetically related. Nintendo has been known to put characters from one game into another game. You see a lot of Mario characters show up in the Zelda game, for example. There are cameos everywhere. Vibrant Colors sparking up in Aquatuck to pick up these two items and not jumping over the missiles. Zero with the first Dragon fight, and there are the children with a message of love from one of the programmers to his girlfriend. Gymnastics making quick work of Botwoon. Always wondered why it was called Botwoon. I imagine it's because it's a robotic worm. We almost have 3 Botwoons on screen at the same time. Zero using power bombs to clear off those webs. I don't know what those things are, but they're very sticky goo, and if it catches on to you, the Dragon will grab you while you're trying to shake it off. We almost had some sparks all the way across. I forget the name of this room. Gymnastics remembering to pick up the precious missile. Fat Scott 25 remembering to pick up the precious missile. Zero making good use of the space jump he just picked up to quickly fly through this room as if he had Mario's cape. Fat Scott 25 choosing to do a short charge to defeat Dragon. Looks like practice spark, and there we go. Does quite a bit of damage, and then finishing Dragon off with the grapple beam. Vibrant Colors and Gymnastics, meanwhile, also going Kevnasix with the spark, and then Vibrant Colors using some missiles. Thought she was going to spark. Fat's got 25, picking up Space Jump, while Zero is coming down into one of the sand pits. There's a left and right or an east and west sand pit, depending on which nomenclature you prefer. Nasix making quick work of Dragon, and there are the little children coming to I'm not really sure why they come back down. Perhaps to mourn. And Zero using grapple to come up to the say hello to Shaktul. And hello Shaktul, and Zero appears to just not like Shaktul very much. Or maybe is just having some fun pretending to be a musical performer doing the moonwalk. Fat's got 25 and Kevnasix both. Oh, I got confused, excuse me. Fat's got 25 in the sandpit, Kevnasix coming back to Aqueduct, and Vibrant Colors coming back to Aqueduct. Zero making his way through Shaktul's room, finishing his cup of coffee and picking up Spring Ball. Nice little damage boost there by Fat's got 25 off of the spiky ball that those creatures throw. And laying the power bomb to break that column so that Shaktul can get to work. And then I'm not sure which beverage Fat's got 25 likes to consume during the sequence. I'm a big fan of coffee. Some people prefer their tea. And there's almost enough time to let your tea steep completely by the time you pick up Spring Ball. There's certainly enough time with an AeroPress to make a cup of coffee, if you already have hot water. Fat's got 25, picking up the Spring Ball. One of the ball upgrades that we get in this game, the other being the Morphing Ball. We do not get a boost ball nor a spider ball in this game to leave the spider ball back in the previous game and wait for an upcoming installment to see the boost ball. Fat's got 25 going back up the toilet. And while Kevnasix also going back up the toilet, they're going to go pick up the plasma beam and say hello to these plasma pirates, which can only be defeated by a few different weapons. One of which is the plasma beam, which is conveniently located in the room that the plasma pirates are guarding. I were Mother Brain, I would place pirates who are invulnerable to the plasma beam in that room, and I would place the plasma pirates in a different room. But what do I know about pirate strategy? Vibrant colors using that newfound plasma beam to defeat the plasma pirates and making quick work of them. They just explode with a couple of shots. Zera visiting the other sand pit and now has all 4 of the sand pit items. Pascot 25 coming back through the Botwoon energy tank room. Picking up that energy tank and then coming back down to Aqueduct, sparking up to pick up those 2 items. Zero opening the green gate and then coming back down once again for, I believe, the 3rd time to Business Center. That's got 25 doing that morph, unmorph, morph, unmorph, morph, unmorph to quickly get down into that sand pit. And then this jump here is a little tricky, but if you have Spring Ball, it's so easy. If you don't have Spring Ball, you have to do some wall jump trickery to get up there. And even when you do get up there, picking up that item can be a little tricky without Spring Ball, but then it's just one little jump with Spring Ball. Vibrant colors falling down and through those crumble blocks and having to go back up again. That's going to lose a little bit of time, but gets it the 2nd time. In a lot of these rooms with crumble blocks, we'll see later on in GT's room, if any of the players will remember the trick to just hold down the jump button to pick up the missiles in GT's room. Otherwise, if you space jump across and you miss the timing on the space jump, it's easy to fall. Zero coming down through the speedway, passing by Croc's room. Poor Croc, he lost all his skin. Coming through this energy refill room and then using space jump to avoid the yapping maws. And down to the lava dive room. Not going for the deboost. Not as big of a benefit when you have space jump, and the pseudo screw with the charge is making it possible to jump through that flame. I've never tried that. It looks useful. I might have to try that next time I play. That's got 25 using that space jump to exit the ice area, and then picking up that missile in the room with the crumble blocks. It's really easy to fall in this room and then you have to jump all the way back up. Some runners will spark across, that makes it a whole lot safer. If NASA has gone back and picked up that missile pack that was left earlier. Does everyone now have that Kraid missile pack? I think so. That's one of the ways in which we can see divergence in a run like this. Fat's got 25 doing Lava Dive now, while Vibrant Colors picks up Ice Beam. And Fat's got 25 using Space Jump to get through the Lava Dive. Much easier than having to do a gravity jump or having to jump off of the spikes, as we have in other categories. Zero making quick work with that Plasma Beam of Golden Chorizo and picking up those super missiles as a reward. But an even better reward is the best item in the game, which we're going to see in the next room. But before that, pick up those drops and then pick up the Screw Attack. This is my favorite item. Even more favorite than the Tractor Beam. I love tractors. I have a John Deere. I love tractors, but I love the Screw Attack even more. And if I could have any item in the whole game, in real life, it would definitely be Screw Attack. I would use it on everything. I'd use it on my lawn. I would use it on the mosquitoes. I would use it on everything. I would not use, I've never, I'd have to be careful though. You have to turn it off sometimes. And these runners we may have to turn it off later on when they attempt the Zebetite skip, if they don't know the down back. So it is, as Adrian Monk might say, it's a blessing and a curse. That's got 25 using that Plasma Beam on Golden Chorizo as Vibrant Colors comes down the elevator into Lower Norfair, and Cavnastics uses that pseudo screw to get through the Lava Dive room, and Vibrant Colors makes use of, I don't remember the name of this trick off the top of my head, but it allows her to avoid those flames, which can really slow you down if you're just doing a space jump through that room. Fat's got 25 has sparked up through the Screw Attack room, which saves a little bit of time, having a little bit of trouble with that gate, but has plenty of super missiles and is going to spark across the room with the columns, and is using the Screw Attack to quickly navigate through the worst room in the game, which is really not all that bad of a room when you have Screw Attack. It makes it so easy to break through those blocks, especially when you have a combination of Screw Attack and high jump boots. And then, hello, Mickey Mouse. I always thought this room looked like a heart. Apparently people think it looks like Mickey Mouse with those cute little ears. Cavnastics almost defeating Golden Chorizo now. A very, very quick fight, standing in this position right here where can't really be hit by those sonic booms. Vibrant Colors picking up the Screw Attack and jumping up and falling and jumping up, and it's really easy to mistime that jump in that room. I don't know what's different about that. I fall there all the time, mistiming that jump off of the wall to go break through those blocks exiting that room. But then quickly using Screw Attack to get through the next couple of rooms makes it so easy. That is why it's my favorite item. You can just break through everything. Well, almost everything, except for the things that you can't break through. Zero using a combination of the charged plasma, wave, ice, and super missiles to quickly defeat Ridley. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th Ridley appearance that so far. We had 5 in series already, and It just falls apart. That's got 25 with the 7th Ridley appearance. Getting hit by the tail with a quick little swoop. And trying to get Ridley to turn around, but just can't convince him to do it. And getting grabbed and then hit by the tail again. That tail does a lot of damage. Plenty of energy tanks, 100% run by the time you fight Ridley. So it's a relatively low risk fight compared to, say, an any percent category. And Ridley just falling apart. You have Nastics picking up those power bombs, which are sometimes called the power bombs of shame. There's no shame in picking them up in a 100% run. But if you have not counted your ammo properly, you can sometimes end up in Wasteland without enough power bombs, as I found myself doing yesterday. So I hung my head in shame. Nastics fighting the metal pirates, while Fat's got 25 exits the metal pirates room. Was that a high five, I believe? Well, Vibrant Colors starts her Ridley fight, or number 8. Well, I didn't see which one was 8 and which one's 9. Nastics and Vibrant Color started around the same time. Ridley is already turning red on Vibrant Color's screen. Ridley turns red halfway through the fight. That's a clue that you're halfway there. And it seems like such a long fight when you don't know the game and you don't know Ridley's patterns, and he's coming at you from every direction, shooting all these fireballs. But for these speedrunners, they know all of Ridley's patterns and know what to expect and know how to get him in this pogo pattern, where he just jumps up and down on his tail like a pogo stick. And Ridley just falls to pieces on 2 screens at once. It's really good sync. As Fat Scott 25's exits the area with fire fleas, picking up the fire fleas energy tank, and using the screw attack to dodge these fireballs, which can be very, very annoying if you don't have screw attack and don't know the timing. Vibrant Colors using the D-pad very, very well to exit Ridley's room without falling back down after shooting the door. Zero going for the mock ball, not quite getting it, and then picking up the missile pack in the Three Musketeers room. These creatures are called the Three Musketeers because there are 3 of them. And I'm not sure what other similarities there might be between these creatures and the Three Musketeers from literature. Gymnastics using screw attack on that little statue, and then a power bomb to break all 3 of those blocks at once. It seems like 6 blocks because they're double wide. And then using spring ball to jump up and quickly exit. That's got 25 using screw attack on the Three Musketeers. Those creatures can be so scary if you ever encounter them without a full item set. But screw attack just makes it very easy. Pat's got 25 going for the mock ball there, exiting lower north there. Vibrant Colors climbing up past these fireballs after grabbing the energy tank, and then remembering to grab the missile pack and then navigate through the spring ball maze. whichever developers created this room must have had a very amazing time doing it. Scott 25 picking up that reserve tank. Now has all 4 of the reserve tanks that I mentioned earlier. Zero running through the room as fast as possible, breaking through those blocks using the speed booster. As Kevnasix comes up into the Three Musketeers room, and will also probably be using Screw Attack. Yes, jumped over 1. So we have 2 Three Musketeers survived out of the 3. I'm sure they're happy about that, or at least they will be until the planet explodes. Vibrant Colors using Screw Attack to get through those columns, exiting Lower Norfair rather than waiting for what can seem like an eternity for a power bomb to explode. Scott 25 exiting Business Center for the last time. That will be the completion of Fat Scott 25's business in Norfair. Vibrant Colors and Kevnasix almost in sync going into the room where they pick up the reserve tank. Vibrant Colors slightly in the lead. It is neck and neck between those 2. And it is anyone's guess what is going to happen between now and the escape. Fat Scott 25 using the space jump and Screw Attack in combination together to go pick up the X-ray. That X-ray scope is a lot more useful the first time you're playing the game. Helps you find all the hidden areas, but these runners know where all the hidden items are and all the nooks and crannies. So we probably won't be seeing any use of X-ray this game. The one thing we might see the runners use X-ray for is if they go for stand-up glitch and get stuck, they might use the X-ray to get unstuck. These runners do know most of the areas in the game, as I said, and probably know where most of them are. If any of them are bingo players, they even know where the map stations are. None of them today visited what is possibly the most secret area in the game, the area with the ooms. I always like to see a visit to the ooms on the screen, but it's almost completely pointless. Zero using Screw Attack to go pick up those Billy Mays missiles. But wait, there's more, as the saying goes. While Vibrant Colors picks up the X-ray scope, and Kevnasix right behind also picking up the X-ray scope, and Fat Scott 25 going up to pick up those Billy Mays missiles, and going for this jump, which is a whole lot easier when you do not have the high jump boots. Ironically, there are a few things in this, most things in this game the high jump boots makes easier, and that one in particular, especially if you're a randomizer player and you're so used to navigating that room without high jump boots. It's so much easier without high jump boots. And Zero exiting Blue Brent Star and trying to get that shine spark going to be able to spark through the pit room. not quite getting it. It was a valiant attempt. Fat Scott 25 remembering to pick up the energy tank. Is now a full set of energy tanks for both Zero and Fat Scott 25. They have collected them all. That is a lot of cereal boxes that you have to go through, and a lot of cereal you have to eat to collect all of those energy tanks. Zero visiting Old Mother Brain, that is where she was the first time that Samus had go see her. And it is the remnants from what we thought was the full self-destruct, but the planet was still there, apparently. So it makes me wonder if the planet is still here after the cutscene that we see at the end of this game. Fat Scott 25 going to pick up the Climb Supers with the Shine Spark. And meanwhile, Zero is going to pick up the Dental Missiles, the Tooth Hurdy Missiles. Gymnastics making good use of that screw attack to go back down after picking up the but wait, there's more missiles. And exiting that room already because he already has his full set. We now have all 4 runners on the screen with full sets of energy tanks. And looks like Kevnasic's got the spark charged up and is going to... Oh! Not quite the right direction for that spark. So using a combination of screw attack and space jump to quickly get through those green pirates. Zero is the first runner to the Golden 4, the G4 room, and is going to make another cup of coffee. First coffee cup was in Shack Tool's room. You can see these lovely gemstones explode as the statues turn gray. There are 2 statues in the first Metroid game sitting on pedestals, which you have to shoot. And it gives you a hint that there are 4 enemies you have to defeat. So if you come and find this room early, there are 4 creatures on this statue. This large statue, which tells you there are 4 creatures you have to defeat. And these players have defeated all 4 of them. So the statues fall into the ground, and you'll see Fat Scott 25 trying to do the quick fall through the crumble blocks, alternating left and right as to at just the right moment to fall through those crumble blocks faster. Meanwhile, Vibrant Colors has picked up, and Kevnastix has also picked up the Tooth Hurdy dental missiles. These runners all have their ice beams, so we won't see, probably will not see these Metroids fought with power bombs. That is one other option. Standard way of defeating them is to hit them with ice beam and then 1 super missile. It's a little bit easier than in the first game when you hit them with an ice beam and 5 missiles. Zero and Fat Scott 25 both making their way past the Dust Chorizo, Dusty, as I like to call him. And Fat Scott 25 and Zero are both damaging down I did not see whether they turned off Varia or not. Some runners will turn off Varia if they plan on damaging down. Although that can be risky, because Rainbow Beam will then do double damage. So both of them caught by the baby, did not get the baby skip, but got the baby skip successfully. Zero, I thought, had the right amount of energy to do a crystal flash, but has still opted to go in to the energy refill room. I thought that was planned to do a crystal flash. And both Zero and Fat Scott 25 are making their way into Mother Brain's chamber at around the same time. And will probably... Zero is attempting the Zeb skip, Fat Scott 25 going for the Spring Ball Zeb skip, which is a whole lot easier if you have Screw Attack on. I think it's easier in general. And both fighting Mother Brain 1 at the same time, and we see Mother Brain 1 defeated at the same time, and then the self-destruct sequence is going to start, but oh wait, what's happening? What is happening? Mother Brain's going to stand up. Vibrant Color is damaging down. Kevnastic's going for the baby skip. It's our first baby skip attempt of the game, and will he get it? Will he get it? Jumping, he's jumping, and he's morphing, and it looks like he got it, I think. Looks like it, yes. So Kevnastic's pulling ahead of Vibrant Colors as a result of getting the baby skip successfully. Vibrant Colors is going to have to go get her energy refill. I've got 25 damaging down to get exactly the right amount of energy that he wants for this stand-up glitch. Both Zero and Fat Scott 25 using the space jump so they will not be touching the ground at just the right moment. And they can use this to be able to get in a few extra shots before the Hyper Beam kicks in. Kevnastic's making quick work of Mother Brain 1 and then damaging down, and has that beam charged, ready to go. Mother Brain 2, you don't know what's coming because that beam is going to hurt when it hits your head. Both Zero and Fat Scott 25 have the stand-up glitch going with the Baby Metroid hat. I think, like masks, they are quite cool, and everyone will be wearing Baby Metroid hats in the future. And Rainbow Beam hitting Kevnastic's. Looked like Kevnastic's was on the ground, but yeah, there we go. Using the space jump. So Kevnastic is also going for the stand-up glitch. We'll see if Vibrant Colors goes for the stand-up glitch as well. Apparently Mother Brain used to work at a fast food restaurant. She throws ketchup and onion rings and French fries at you. And here's the ketchup getting thrown at Vibrant Colors. Fat Scott 25 and Zero both starting their escape at around the same time. Which of them is going to make it to the ship first? Which one is going to stop and say hello to the animals? Both? Neither? Stay tuned and find out. That's got 25 falling at regular speed, 0 falling at regular speed through that pirate room, and then jumping up, and then they're going to attempt a charge up the climb room that made this so much easier than the way we had to do this room the last 2 times. And Zero, making his way through Parlor. Fat Scott 25 is almost to the ship. And it looks like Fat Scott 25 has made it to the ship first, finishing in first place with a time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 3 seconds. GG Fat Scott 25. GG Zero for finishing in second place with a time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 10 seconds. A time difference of only 7 seconds as Vibrant Colors finishes up her Mother Brain fight. And Kevnastics sparks up through those blocks, making his way through the escape from the exploding planet. Neither of the other players had said goodbye to the animals, so we do not see the dot on their screen, the little last appearance of the animals. You can see in the cutscene sequence if you do say goodbye to the animals. I like to think that if you don't say goodbye to the animals, they still escape. They seem technologically competent, but they decide to go the other direction. Gymnastics exiting the climb and going into Parlor and jumping up through Parlor as the steam is rising up from the ground, and using Hyper Beam on the very last door of the game, and jumping up and making it to the ship and flying away. GG Kevnastics. Kevnastics is finished in third place with a time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 29 seconds. Vibrant Colors is sparking through the climb room and is making her way through Parlor. Remembering that she does have high jumps and not making those short jumps, but making those high jumps through Parlor and going through the very last blue door of the game and to the ship safe. The System of Vibrant Colors has finished in fourth place with a time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG to all 4 runners. This is a very close race, the way we like to see it, and it means that the system of calculating the offsets has worked out the way it should. I don't know if we had any PBs today. That's very common for runners to PB in a race like this. I think it's traditional to bring in runners for an interview after a race like this. I don't have any audio on my computer, so I don't know if I'll be able to hear anyone for an interview. If someone wants to help me out, this is my first time doing commentary. It looks like WJG is going to come in and help me out.
Hello. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear you.
It's like Capnasix has joined the green room, and Fat Scott 25 has joined the green room.
Hello. There's some static.
Hello people, I am talking to you right now just to
I
say
can
that
barely
this
hear
run
you.
went pretty terrible, I guess. I am not
Ooh.
sure what went wrong with the
Anybody?
timer during the run, so I'm not even gonna save space because of
GG's,
that.
everybody.
They're all messed up. And I'm gonna be taking an against you in this arena. Happy I'm there.
I hear a lot of typing. Everybody get 100%?
I did.
GG. Scott, was that a PB for you? It's got to be pretty close.
It was a 127.49.
You bopped me, you son of a gun, by like 6 seconds.
Jeez.
I got mine's a 127.55, I think.
So you weren't like you were really close then, huh?
When I was on the ship, it was like probably within 10 seconds, and I blew so many things. Like everything from Meridia to the end of the game was like pretty bad for me, except baby skip. But I had a really great run at Cancun, except for Crate.
I made there was like 4 major blunders in this run. I fell down the decor pit for the first time.
Oh,
I almost died near like the beginning. I lost like 30 seconds near the beginning because of a really, really bad crate. I lost like 14 seconds because of a really bad Fantoon. And I lost another like 30 seconds it looks like because of the decor pitfall and all that. So and somehow I made up like a minute and 30 time loss.
Oh,
wow. Who else is everybody here?
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here as well. I died in
think
Spiky
I'm
Room.
here.
Coming in.
Spiky room, Bison? That's where I thought you died. That sucks. I hate that room.
Yeah, I
So-
wasn't expecting to die because I've practiced it with like no items for the Rando League
Yeah.
because it comes up pretty often with just a power suit and like a tank or no tanks, but I still died. It's all good. Oh, this is a fantastic race. I love these. I thought it was a bit unfair today because I have a year-old PB basically from the 100% tournament qualifications. This is a race PB from the from the 100 tournament qualifications, and I was expecting to wreck everybody and be first at the ship, but then. I haven't ran Hundo in what, like 10 months, so I was expecting to get at most like 97% of the items. So I was expecting to win on the ship and then lose at the final thing.
I haven't ran Hundo in maybe like 3 to 4 months. I only PB'd because I just played a little better near the end. Like near the end I was doing fine, but the first half of the run was just bad.
Colors, you had me nervous there. If I didn't get baby skip, you would have beat me on the ship. I was nervous as hell going into Turian. So thanks for putting the pressure on.
You got baby skip.
I mean, honestly, I had pretty terrible LNG, but at the same time, it did not cost me 50 seconds. So if I played well, it could have been a PB, indeed. So if I am last here in the race, only 50 seconds behind, does that mean that every single of you got a PB today?
I was within 10 seconds of mine. I was really close to mine. And I know Scott
Well,
got a
I'm
PB.
happier being 50. I'm happier being 50 seconds behind on 10. That feels a bit bad to be 10 seconds behind. Well done, though. Like, consistency is good, and congrats for the PB for the 2 others. That's cut in 0.
GG.
Yeah, GG 0 on the PB, buddy. You won the race. What do you have to say? Did you get 100%?
Sadly, I did get 100%. I wasn't really going for 100, but I got it somehow.
Did you kill Shaq Tool twice?
Yes, Shaq died twice. That is in my that is how my splits work out.
Do you have a weapon? Do you have a
And that,
preferred weapon for Shack 2?
I decided to go with
You
missiles
kill
this time. Normally I use super
you,
missiles, but I was conserving on the super missiles.
so missiles is like the like in Counter Strike that kill people with a knife to really upset them. That's the missiles are like your alternative in SM.
Nice.
Can you actually kill Shaktoon with P shots? I'm not sure.
yes, it takes forever though.
It just can't die to
You
power
can.
bombs.
Jeez. I had
That's
such a
been pushed
bad
up.
dragon fight. I blew all my supers. I didn't have enough left for pretty much anything I needed them for.
I blew all my supers on Ridley.
I did not even use any super on Ridley, and I still ran out of supers in Torian because I got no supers on the Metroids. Room 3, room 4 has 6 Metroids, right?
Yeah.
And I think I have done a comment in chats. It's 20% for a super. They drop 5 items, so it's 30 times, 20%. I got 0.
That's terrible
0.
RNG. That sucks. Sorry.
I wanted to I actually had the last like I only had supers going into Torian because I got climb supers. I went in with 4, I think. Yeah, with 4. And after the Metroid runes I only had 1. So that kind of sucked.
I gotta say, I am glad that I did better than Bison when it came to Spiky Room of Death, even though I almost died there as well, even with full health coming out of it.
I think I took 1
Yeah,
hit.
Vibrant color tough tough spiky room on the way out as well.
I was
I
like,
had the best.
I've s- I've
Go
seen
ahead.
better. I mean, I had a pretty terrible Phantom fight because I dropped a ton of inputs and I missed the eye openings. So I got all the invisible patterns because of course. So looking at my splits, I literally lost my entire menu to Phantom. And
Ooh.
actually, I think if I did not, it would have been PB. Like just with that Phantom, it could have worked because the rest was neither time saved, neither time lost, and I was just in positive by yeah, okay, I was positive by 5 seconds. Would have been the baby PB, but could still have won, you know.
Not with a
It was
BP.
just a fun race.
Not in these.
I got a I actually had the best Ridley and the best Fantoon I've had in any run ever, but I missed the Kraid quick kill, and then I just like I hecked up Attic really bad. I forgot to shoot the door before the annoying robots room, so I went all the way back and didn't realize it. So I had to go and kill all the enemies all over again. I lost probably almost a whole minute in just an Attic,
Oh my god.
and then I started. Yeah, so I mean I'm clearly better than I was when I PB'd about 5, 6 months ago because I was only 10 seconds from my PB and I had like 3 major disasters.
I had
Wow.
to, I had to farm up health for bowling.
Oof, that sucks. So I'm guessing you went to the ship to refill for sure. I'm glad you had enough to do the spark in the reserve room.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to have that, even though I had to burn up my reserve tank.
There's one thing that made me happy during this race, though. You know the pit room, like the first time you get in the pit room, so before morph. I did the strats, like the gap skip, all of them, and I've never done that before. That was first time I did just the gap skip, and I did all of them without failing. That was a great start.
Oh wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
happy about that.
I didn't fall at least, but usually I don't know how to do the gap skip. I usually just try and jump. It doesn't go well usually.
Yeah, I don't know anything about gap skipping. I've never even tried it. But it was really fun. And by the
I
way, extra thanks to Coot for stepping in and giving us commentary. I thought Coot did an extremely good job calling
oh,
the race. So I'm really appreciative there for Coot. Thank you, buddy.
I'm gonna have to watch it back.
I did not ever
Thank you. That
see
means a lot.
because I
It was It was fun.
I get too stressed by my timer, so seeing the opponents, I would get too stressed and I would mess up everything. So I did not even know it was a commentator. So thank you a lot for the last minute step in.
Yeah,
Thank you a lot.
definitely. Y'all need to check that
Yeah,
out.
no problem.
We got to get Coot in for more commentary. Just an absolutely great job. So thank you so much, Coot.
I will
Yeah,
watch
thank
it
you
here.
very much.
Vibrant Charge, I have a
WGG.
question for you about that gauntlet. You had me
Yes.
scared a little bit. Were you scared?
It was totally intended. I was a bit scared, but it was totally intended. I have a certain amount of HP, so I'm gonna use all of them. That means all of them. If I have 1 HP, it's enough. I survive. It's fine. No problem. It's not the
Nice.
first time I get my spark interrupted and that I do 29 HP gauntlets. It's not the first time, so I was fine.
Well, by the way, everybody, I just want to say thank you to everybody for at SRA, and thank you all the runners and
Makes
all the
sense to
viewers
me.
out there. I do have to get going, but thanks for a great afternoon, everybody, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch y'all on stream somewhere.
It was a good race. GG, Kev.
GG's, y'all.
GG to everyone.
GG everyone.
GG's.
GG again.